Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. And today is March 4th, 2025, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the highlights today, U.S. markets tumble again. Now last week we had a nice bounce on Friday, but that's all been given up. So let's take a look today. No major economic events. So looking at the Forex market, starting out with the U.S. dollar weakening versus the major pairs. And as we shift over to the indices, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ both tumble. Looking at commodities, gold continues to rally higher while oil breaking a key support at $70 a barrel. Looking at the stocks, tech stocks were the ones that completely tanked. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin collects the dust and completely tumbles as well. So let's take a look at markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. First with the Euro USD. Now it's back on resistance-ish level. This is an important level for it. And we'll see almost across the board in every market, we're on a very important level. So looking at that right now, we're 105.20. Now if it does weaken, it'll continue going higher. Now looking at the GBP USD, also a little bit stronger than the Euro. And if we jump into the Canadian dollar, also got a little bit stronger versus USD as it retraced at that key level of 145. Now jumping into commodities. Let's take a look at gold continuing to rally today above 2,900. That was a really key area from last week, 28.30 to 29.11. A nice move, almost $100. That's a really nice rally back. Now looking at crude oil, breaking that $670 a barrel as that continued to sell off. And now we're getting in closer to our lower support level at $64 a barrel. Now jumping into the U.S. markets, they tumbled right back. Look at that. That was a huge move to the upside on the Dow Jones, a huge move down to the downside. Now looking at a weekly chart, I just want to highlight this. We are on a 30-day moving average support. Now if this gets broken and we close below it, we could see ourselves back in that 40,700-ish level as we're making two double tops. Now looking at the NASDAQ, same story. We had a nice move upwards, used that as resistance, and now on a daily, we're on the 200-day moving average. If we look at a weekly, we're broken that 30-day moving average, which is super, super important, as now we are in a bona fide sell-off mode. Now, which stock sold off the most? Well, let's take a look. Tesla, moving back to its 284-ish level. If you look at NVIDIA, also breaking back down to its lows of 112. Remember, we have support at $98 a share. Now, looking at some of the other tech stocks like Facebook, it did move back to its lower level of 654. So that has sold off, and also so has Apple, but not as aggressively. So there's still some pockets of strength in the market. If we jump into the banks, JP Morgan and Bank of America, they sold off, but not as aggressively as the tech stocks. So that's really super important to understand that. And lastly, let's take a look at Bitcoin, as that is back down to its $83,000 level on that 200-day moving average on a daily. And that's super important as well. If we look at a weekly, it has not broken that 30-day moving average and may use it as a support-ish area to bounce off of. So a couple of scenarios today. If we do break lower, it'll be a breakout. But if we do bounce, it could give us a potential on the upside. This is Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.